never think, I never know. I'm stuck and left alone. I've been lost, I've been fine. My cause is not defined. Won't you kiss me? Won't you play? Won't you try me? Ain't no way I could deny you, I could stray. Won't you kiss me? Ain't no way. Want you, come and try me now. So come and try me now. I was never left alone. I never think, I never know. I'm stuck and left alone. I've been lost, I've been fine. My cause is not defined. Won't you kiss me? Won't you play? Won't you try me? Ain't no way I could deny you, I could stray. Will you kiss me? Ain't no way. I was never left alone.
What's going on, people? Can y'all hear me in the chat? What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing today? Welcome to the 1/3 show. Welcome to the 1/3 show, y'all. How y'all doing today? Got my head shit straight. What's going on? How y'all doing? What's going down? So, don't know if y'all can hear me. So I hope you can. So we're gonna get into a lot of stuff today. Been a rough week for everybody, even myself. Let's go ahead and check the chat here. Let's say, do our greetings. What's going on? What's going on? Chakra King Black, what's cracking? What's going on with you, man? Salute. Hiatus Black. What's going on, man? What's going on with you? Azula, what's going on? What's going on, Pickle Rick? Shaw Willie, you know what I'm saying? How you doing? Quincy Jones, a Black YouTube. How you doing? Why? You know what I'm saying? Everybody, people probably ask me why I call it a Quincy Jones a Black YouTube and Quincy Jones is black. Well, because it's Quincy Jones, Black YouTube. Sir Obadiah, what's going on, Sir O? Salute to Castle Grey Skull in the Palace of Petty. Villain Spear. What's going on, Juan G? Salute to you, brother. Callie Jane, always a pleasure, sis. Joe W, what is going on in these streets? You know what I'm saying? We're going to entertain and we're going to learn today. Hoorah, great regime. You know what I'm saying? Loud and crystal petty officers. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me show you my new avatar. I am King Louis the 17th of Petty. I hope y'all like my new avatar right there. Uh, and I'm bringing forth to you today the 1/3 show. Yeah, it's just DeAndre, but my alter ego of Petty. Queen of the South, what's going on, sis? Ain't seen you in a minute. Hope y'all like my new my new do. You know what I'm saying? Just to show y'all that black men wore weaves back in the day. All right, enough of that on a petty note. So, with that being said, now, so as we get into this, it's a great day, man. How was your week? It's been a lot of stuff going down lately. Of course, we know in those YouTube streets, it's been a lot of things going down. But since those things have been happening, we've been talking about them for a minute. So we're not even going to touch on them today. We're going to touch on somebody else's problems. And what I like to do with the 1/3 show is I like to talk about other people's problems. Well, our problems, but other people's problems that affects everybody else. Very good, guys. Is I'm so glad I haven't been on Facebook in a while. Yeah, Joe says very good. Yes. Are you on the new schedule? Oh, okay, okay. So we gonna get it in. But there's been some things going on in the world, y'all. And I know y'all are trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what is going on with the world, why the world is being messed up like this, what's cracking with the world. So we gonna talk about some things, and I got a lot of things pinned to the. It's actually pinned to the description box. So if you want to look into the description box, you can follow along on what I'm talking about. So the first thing we're going to talk about is this CRT, this critical racism theory, right? It's really brought up a nice key point and a nice key factor about RT stuff. Okay, so he brought it up. Hold on one second. Let me get that done right there. So he brought up this thing about CRT. We was having a discussion about this, and he did point out a factor, right, about CRT and why there's such of a rail that's going against the CRT. Okay, and he brought up a good point, and until I did my research, you know what I'm saying. Um, I didn't understand what he was saying at the time, but he did point something out that CRT is not actually being taught in our classrooms from K through 12. It's actually the toaster oven people that are teaching their things and what's going on with them, and not the critical race theory that we all are talking about. You know what I'm saying? About, Christopher Columbus, black people as slaves, and so forth and so have you, and white supremacy and so those nature, right? So I have the link right here. I'm going to put the link down into the chat, um, so you guys can follow along on this. Now you can have your own opinions about it. I'll give you mine, and we'll quickly move on, right? So I'm gonna read some excerpts from this, and then I'm gonna bring this all together so we all get what I'm talking about. Okay. So, Virginia parent turns tables on Fox News host over critical race theory obsession. Okay, so this was the clip in question. This is Ashburn, Virginia. Now, if y'all don't know, they just had out I think statewide elections, and the Republicans came through in Virginia and showed out. Pretty much got 50 seats in Virginia. Showed out. Also, there's a mayor. Mayor took over. Black mayor took over the state of New York. It's the second only black mayor in the history of the state of New York, or the city of New York City. So shouts out to him. Democratic ex-police officer. Okay. So Virginia moms on battle over education. So they got all of these things right here. Narrow victory. Pulling these out real quick. Let's just stay focused on this. Fox News anchor Martha McCullum found herself admitting on Tuesday that it was a little bit of a misnomer to claim critical race theory was being taught to young Virginia children after one parent called out such misinformation on Fox airwaves. Hours before the polls closed in a closely watched Virginia gubernatorial race, McCollum sat down with two uh, Loudoun County mothers, a Democrat and a Republican, who had already cast their ballots, asking them about the issues they found most important in this election. Naturally, since much of the national media conversation about the Virginia race has centered around education and curriculum, specifically in Loudoun County, both women brought up schools. Now, this is one thing that I want to bring into question here. These are the mothers. They're concerned about school and education. One's a Democrat, one's Republican. They're sitting right next to each other, right? This is another woman. They're talking about this, right? They just voted, so evidently they're off of work. They're voting. This is 3:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is live on Fox News. Where's the fathers? Where are the men at? Talking about the education. One, let's count them. One, two, three. Let's count them. Did we count them? Did we see it? Did we see it? Okay. Okay. I just wanted to show you this. All right. So, and we know they're palm colored. We're not, so we're just talking about America, period. Fox News, three women. Okay. So follow along. I hope I don't have to spell things out anymore. Okay. Now, naturally, since much of the national media conversation about Virginia race was centered around education and curriculums, specifically Loudoun County, both women brought up schools. Brooke Colbert, a mother of three who voted for Republican candidate Glenn Youngkin, said she got a window into her children's education during the pandemic, adding that there were some concerning things she saw. Specifically, the mother claimed that she started hearing about critical race theory, which she had never heard about before. After some investigation and some FOIA is a Freedom of Information Act. You can actually request information by putting this in. It's a free service for any US citizen to do to find out information about certain things in the government. Federal, state bills, legislature. You can find information on stuff. How we know that the Navy was looking up and trying to figure out where aliens were. Secret bases like that. Yes, FOIA. You can do this a lot. I had to do this in the military a lot also. They'll block out certain things, but you still can get the information. You can request it. So, some FOIA requests that I've started seeing on the news, a lot of taxpayer money, my taxpayer money, our taxpayer money, had been invested in some teacher training that would be rolled into a student curriculum that I didn't agree with. Colbert continued, a lot of it looked not only off, but it looked like it bothered me. It was controversial. There's aspects that look racist. So I had a hard time with that. So McCullum, who also has helped push Fox's year-long obsession with so-called critical race theory in schools, agreed with Colbert while also bemoaning that the schools are wearing down the standards for students. Watering down the standards for students. But the standards for students were watered down with the Republican president, George Bush, with No Child Left Behind, student to prison pipeline. But I digress. Let's continue. Uh, that's when Mary Stringer, a mother of two who voted for Democrat candidate Terry McAfee, if I'm saying his name right, I'm butchering his name. I'm sorry. It's a lot of mix here. It's a lot of mix here. I think they got Irish, Scottish descent there. Mac mix. I think McAfee. I think that's how you say it. McAfee, if you want to say it like that. Jumped into offers some pushback. I don't think people truly understand what critical race theory is, Stringler stated. Younger children are not to be taught critical race theory. They can't understand critical race theory. They're being taught history, using as an example how one County parent expressed anger that the child was taught that Christopher Columbus killed many indigenous people. Strangler noted such information was merely history. That's what Christopher Columbus did, she added. So I have a hard time. I think kids have to learn history, the good, the bad, the ugly. Yeah, that's a fact. After saying that she would have to do a fact check on Stringer's Christopher Columbus remarks, McCullum then conceded that perhaps Fox News has taken some liberties with portraying of critical race theory in K through 12 schools. Critical race theory sometimes is a little bit of a misnomer because what is happening is that they're sort of a reformed thinking and approach to history that teaches that the country was founded in racism. The Fox News anchor says, you can say critical race theory is like a legal theory that is founded more in colleges. She added, so maybe giving it the label has thrown people off, but it does not mean that there's not things being taught that they're teaching kids things that are inherently victims or oppressors. Strangler, for her part, told McCullough that they had to have a agree to disagree as she had a different thought and feelings on that. Right? And Virginia schools, meanwhile, say that critical race theory does not appear in any educational or training material for students. Political Fact found August that while CRT, a broad set idea about systemic racism largely constrained to legal and graduate studies, has been widely discussed by educators in the state, there is no evidence that critical race theory is being taught in the state's school. End quote. Hmm. Hmm. What do y'all think about that? Let's look at the chat. Let's get y'all ideas. What do y'all think about that? Asria, she's a white single mother too because her baby pappy ran off her. That was that was it's really. I see why people homeschool and send their kids to private school, public school seems like a mess with the policies. If they feel is the truth is the truth. What's going on, Third World? Salute to you, bro. What's going on? So that's the critical race theory. That's the critical race theory thing. That's what's going on. But you're probably wondering what is the real culprit behind all of this, right? What is really being taught with this critical race theory? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So now, so so now, like there was a. I'm trying to look for this. Like I'm trying to look for this right now. It was I'm trying to look for this because you got the Kyle Rittenhouse guy. Um he's on trial right now. So I think it was a school board member. If I can find this, it was a school board member. I saw this earlier. It was a school board member, and the school board member took children to a LGBTQ friendly uh, uh, restaurant. Uh, and man, it was crazy. It got ugly. Hey man, so a school board member, yeah. So I'm gonna show this on the screen, right? I'm gonna show this on the screen real quick. Can't, can't, technical difficulties. Okay, there we go. All right. So, school board member takes LGBTQ people, children, to a LGBTQ friendly restaurant. Mhm. Right? Okay. So, a Florida school board member took elementary school students to an LGBTQ friendly restaurant. Now she's getting death threats. Okay, this is the school board member in question. She takes these children to an LGBTQ friendly restaurant. So a Florida school board member is facing death threats after chaperoning a field trip to a restaurant. Sarah Leonard took an elementary school class to an LGBTQ friendly Rosie's Bar and Grill last week. Since then, uh, Lenardi, I guess this is how we're going to do it, has been targeted with vulgar and disturbing abuse online after last week's visit. The Florida school board member found a letter from Grand Rapids, Michigan in her mailbox on Wednesday. Curious, she opened it up. It was a standard piece of printer paper. A screenshot of an insidious tweet she posted last week was blown up to fill two-thirds of the paper. Underneath, the stranger who found her home address had written a warning: degenerates like you should be in jail. The Broward County Public School Board officials says she's faced death threats as well as disturbing and vulgar harassment after chaperoning a field trip to a popular LGBTQ friendly community restaurant. Leonardo last week accompanied students from Wilton Miners Elementary School to Rosie's Bar and Grill, which has hosted the students on field trips for a handful of years. The trip is organized to help students learn more about interacting with their community and local businesses. Learned told insiders. Parents signed a permission slip. The students even got their own special kids menu to order, which didn't include any of the restaurant's innuendo laden names. I was so honored to be invited chaperoning. The field trip, Incredible Rosie's. The students and I had fun walk over and learned a lot about our community. A huge thank you to Rosie's Bar and Grill for hosting this special field trip every year. But after Leonard posted some pictures of on Twitter on October 27th, saying the students had a fun walkover and learned a lot about our community, she immediately received harsh backlash. Leonard said in the past week she's received abusive and threatening phone calls, text messages, and emails. Some abuse have been graphic and sexist, urging her to kill herself or threatening sexual violence. Others are death threats. One person accused her of being a pedophile. Take my kid to a gay bar, you will have to answer to Mr. 9mm. One user wrote on a social media, F you, F the school district, you dumb. You're a piece of shite. Take your kids to a gay, and literally you're a piece of shite. That is wow. What the fuck are you thinking? You will get a visit soon. Okay, so I'm not going to read any more of this, but y'all get the message. Y'all get the message. Okay, y'all get the message. Okay. You know what? I don't even know. You know what? I have no idea. But I don't know. I have no idea what was the purpose of the school trip. If they've always went to the school trip, but if it's like saying it's friendly, then there's more to the story because they're leaving out certain details. When you read news articles and you read stories, they'll get to the details of things they want you to know when they're pushing the narrative, but it's like she's the victim, like something's happened. I'm like, well, she shouldn't be harassed in that instance, but we don't know exactly what happened, what's going with this bar, but it did say something very particular. And it did say they had to put out another type of menu for the kids so it wouldn't have any of the innuendos on the menu for children. Now, listen, I done took my kids to many restaurants, right? We got this thing down the street called Bronco Billy's. It's kind of like a Western restaurant, you know what I mean, like that. Um, you go to certain like restaurants that are themed restaurants, but they don't need to like desensitize the menu unless you're going to one of those like kind of different ones. Like what's that restaurant that they have where the people can be like nasty and mean to you on purpose or something? Like you actually paid to get like yelled at and stuff like that. I don't know why you would ever pay to get yelled at or nothing like that, but hey, it is what it is, right? So the reason why I'm bringing this up because Saruna did bring up a point that the people that are really pushing the critical race theory, the things that's actually being taught in schools, is actually that from the toaster oven community, not critical race theory. It's actually that's uh, being pushed in those communities, in those communities. And they're all on top of it. He played us a clip of something while we were listening to it about them letting the cat out the bag. And he was also pointing that critical race theories is basically dog whistle language for Black Lives Matter, social justice warriors, and stuff like that, which was, we all know, that was co-opted by the toaster oven community. So now they're trying to co-opt something else. So I just wanted to point that out, that even on Fox News, they had to cop to that critical race theory is not being taught in K through 12, but that is actually taught. I actually took the kids to something that that is about that, and you had to change around the menu, but the kids are still in that environment. So I don't think that type of outrage is needed to a certain degree, but I think a more PC way of basically extenuating that shouldn't have been done. And I don't think the parents even knew what was going on. They trusted the school, and they just signed off on it, said, okay, they've always went there. They just going to a restaurant for career, learning about the community is something good, but they didn't know that, they were going to an LGBTQ bar. Like, so you're taking all of these kids over to, but I digress. You know what I'm saying? You say, I'm going to look up the menu. Yeah, I'm like, Queen of South, look up the menu. You know what? While we here, we have the power of the internet. Let me see. Let me do this. Let's look up the menu together, shall we? Let's look up the menu together. Okay. Hold on. Wait a minute. When I do stuff like this, I'm getting in my petty bag. So we get in my petty bag, and I have to bring him up on the screen.
Skeletor. China, you need 16 points to win.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So had to bring him back on the screen. You know what I'm saying? So let's look them up together. Let's look them up together. Rosie's Bar Girl. Hold on. Okay. Damn it. Oh, I don't think I can. Can I click it from right here? All right. So let me look it up. Thank you, Neek. Okay. So they got one in Fort Lauderdale too. Okay. Rita, orange, purple, crush, mango. Oh, okay. So let's bring this up on the screen here. I'm really trying to see, because maybe this is some underwriting conversation. Like, you know how like we got code words in our community. So let's see, the martinis, watermelon basil martinis, strawberry dream, collusion, infusion. I'm not really. The mules, classic mule. I don't prickly pony, prickly pony. Okay, all right. Well, okay. Banana Hamcock, Captain Punch Bucket, Wilton Zombie, Mangold Old Fashioned, Orange Bubble Crush, Fun Day Fizz. Okay, these are drinks. So let's just go beer and wine, basic drafts. Okay, the blondies, the pinks, the reds, house wines, other fun booze, cans of stuff. Premier beers. Okay, that's the beers. All right. Let's look at the food. Let's look at the food. Mother Cluckers. Okay. All right. Britney Spears. Spin Art Dip. Stuffed chicken quesadilla, peel and eat shrimp, big chicken nachos, homole French, pizza envy. Okay. All right. Tender loving, sweaty loving, naked sweaty loving, big Helga. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm like, so you had to. I understand now why you had to redo the menu, especially for children, because just the basic menu of you reading stuff. Now we in like PG 16 category. Exactly. Come on, Ham. Hold on. We're gonna get back to it, y'all. We're gonna get back to it. We're gonna get back to it. Matter of fact, let me take myself off the screen. Let me take myself off the screen so we can read this together. Right? I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Look at this. Naked, sweaty, loving. Sweaty, loving. Big Helga. Kamalana Hawala dip. Tender loving. All the loving. All the loving. All the loving right here. Right? And you're probably asking, what is these? Tender loving. If you like your loving simple and vanilla, then you'll love these crispy southern fried chicken tenders with your choice of dipping sauce. If you like your loving a little hotter, you'll love these fried chicken tenders tossed in Rosie's own smack my cheeks and make 'em rosy sauce, served with blue cheese dressing and celery sticks, double D's and broad straps, double D's and broad jock straps, double D's and jock straps. Naked, sweaty, loving. If you want all of the passion and the and non was it hold on all of the passion, if you want all of hold on, let's bring it up, let's move it over, if you want all of the passion and none of the guilt, you'll love these grilled chicken tenders marinated in Rosie's own smack my cheeks and make them rosy sauce, served with blue cheese dressing and celery sticks. Now this is naked, sweaty loving, right? And before you had sweaty loving, right? And then you got tender loving. Man, what are we teaching these kids? Pizza envy, Rosie's own leading tower, layers of shrimps, black beans and corn sauce and fresh avocado with a mild, lemony, sort of Swedish kind of barbecue salsa served on tortilla chips for demolition and scooping. Hamamole, Rosie's own creation, a perfectly combination of hummus and fresh guacamole, French onion soup, big chicken. Like, listen, you was good until you got Mother Cluckers, big wings tossed, and your choice of Rosie's homemade sauces. Man, look, this is just the starters, man. Let's just go. Hold on, wait a minute. Sassy Caesar salad with chicken, south of the border Cobb, the Rose Bowl, the steakathon. Beat your brains out. Southern loving, calling me softly. Hey, y'all seeing this stuff? I'm reading this stuff here. This is their menus, right? This is their menus. Okay, you know what I mean? This is their menus. Let's go to the big girl burgers. All burgers come with a coach class or first class side. The big girl burgers. BBW burgers, baby. Plain Jane. We getting into our octanes. We're getting into our octanes right now. We're getting into our octanes right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We're getting into our octanes. So hold on, let's break it down, nigga. Let's break it down. Plain Jane, Anita Mojito, Rachel Rye, Rhonda Cowboy, Ivina Hooker, Ivina Hooker, crumbled blue cheese and crispy bacon. Crumbled blue cheese and crispy bacon. Hookers with chlamydia on the yike. Okay, here we go. Helena Bun, Georgia Blue, Miley High Club, Bacon Bitty Bang Bang. First class side, coach class side, Philly DD, Rachel Rye. Oh man, this the big girl burgers. Okay, other handhelds. Young Ranch Hand. Goats are not humans. Big fish tacos. Grilled. Okay, that sounds cool. Okay, all right. Willie cheese steak. Willie cheese steak. Key West Club. The Big BLT. Turkey Lurkey. Big Pig Club. That's not too bad with that one. The Gypsy Rosie Lee Wrap. The Big Dipper Wrap. She Bop Wrap. She Bop. Little suspicious to me. Let's go to the big plates here. Rosie Big Catch, below the sea level, above the sea level. The left one. What happened to the right one? Okay, let's go with that. But I don't see a children's menu up here. I don't see a children's menu up here. Do you guys see a children's menu? To the class, do you see a children's menu? Do you guys see a children's menu up here? To the class? BBW burger. No, I just want to know. Can I get in the chat? Do you see, if you see a children's menu up here on this site? Press a one in the chat. If you don't see a children's menu up here, press a two in the chat. I just want to know. I just want to know. Just want to know. I'll bring myself back up on the screen. Just bring myself up on the screen. No, we don't. No children's menu up there. So they had to make a special menu for the children. Because how does Johnny comes back home and says, "Hey, Ma, I went on a school trip. What did you have to eat?" "Oh, I had a BBW burger." "What's that?" "A big girl burger." "Johnny, where did you learn that from?" "Dad calls you a BBW all the time, Mom." Ah! Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing here? So, was the outrage warranted? Yes. Was the extent of the outrage that was done, my opinion, no. But why would you think it's a good idea to take children to something like that where you had to go the extra mile to hide what actually happens? But what did the place look like? What did the place look like? And I'm pretty sure for people to be outraged like this, it is what it is. I'm just bringing you the news. Sorry. All right, I already warned you I was going to be petty about it. So now we're going to move on. I was already petty about it. So that's how educational set for. Now we're going to talk about welfare and welfare fraud. Okay. And we know that minorities are always the face of welfare fraud, taking advantage of welfare or taxpayers' dollars, the welfare queen, the welfare bunny, quintessential, all of those. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, here we go. So we're going to bring this up. Hold on. Man. Hold on. Before I bring it up. Jesus, man. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Who else? All right, cool. Give me the thing I wanted to get. No. Okay. Yes. Give me back to the article. All right. Anyway, I understand people got to make money, man, but this is crazy. That's why. All right. If you ask me a question on why I go and get all of my stuff from like Yahoo and stuff, because these articles, man, like Yahoo gets them, they give it to you. Like I don't know, newspapers got to they need advertising, but Jesus, man, I'm trying to just share them. Yeah. Yes. All right, come on. Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah, God dang it. All right, so we're gonna do this right here. All right. So from the New York Times, Brett Favre repays 600,000 in Mississippi welfare fraud case. The Mississippi State Auditor said that Mr. Favre, the Hall of Fame quarterback, could still be sued if he does not pay an additional $228,000 in interest that he owes. Why does this dude need welfare? Look at this. Why does he need welfare? He has a collective bargaining agreement. He's a Hall of Famer. He gets a pension from the NFL for the rest of his life. He done had $1 million contracts. He lives in the state of Mississippi. I'm not sure, but I don't think the cost of living in the state of Mississippi, $600,000 in welfare fraud will get you what? I don't know how many acres of land. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on here? Look at this guy, Brett Favre, the Hall of Fame quarterback who was raised in Mississippi, this week paid the state back $600,000 that he owed after he improperly received welfare money as part of an extensive fraud scheme, according to the state's auditor's office. But Mr. Favre could still be sued if he does not pay the state the remaining $228,000 in interest that he owes, the auditor Sod White said. 2 weeks ago, Mr. White issued a demand to Mr. Favre for $828,000, saying it was the outstanding balance that he owed after he impromptly paid the $1.1 million in welfare funds December 2017 and June 2018. Mr. Favre received the money from the Mississippi Community Education Center, a nonprofit organization, in speaking fees for appearances that he never made. Mr. White said, wait a minute. Just let y'all know this. So grants are considered welfare. Nonprofit organization paid Mr. Favre for speaking engagements that he never made. So 1.1 million was paid to Brett Favre for speaking engagements at the Mississippi Community Education Center, a nonprofit organization, in speaking fees for appearances that he never made, Mr. White said. So this is Mississippians' state tax dollars going into the pocket of a NFL Hall of Famer that couldn't even make it to a speaking engagement. Why did he need $1 million to go up there and speak in front of people with a nonprofit organization in his home state of Mississippi at their community? How many black people was in that community center where they was at? In that county, in that district? Somebody let me know. Somebody let me know. I am appalled. Exactly, Queen of the South. Me too. I am appalled too. This is right. But I'm glad that they righted the ship. I'm glad they righted the ship. I'm so glad they righted the ship. Let's bring it back to Mr. Favre here. But Mr. Favre can still be sued, right? So 2 weeks ago, Mr. White issued a demand for the 828, right? So we got there. Mr. Favre had no knowledge that the money had been intended to benefit needy families, Mr. White said. Mr. Favre made a $500,000 payment to Mr. White's office in May 2020 and agreed to pay the remaining $600,000 over the next few months, the auditor said. He had no idea that the money was meant for needy families. The problem's not that he got paid the money, it's the problems that he didn't show up. Let's give this man the D for this. But these D incels are complaining about women getting food stamps. Exactly. Wow. I'm going to put this link down in the chat. Please share it amongst your peoples, because we bring receipts when we talk about things, just in case it disappears. You can read the article. That's our welfare fraud business topic. Because he didn't want to show up. He didn't want to show up for his speaking engagement. Only thing he had to do was show up and speak twice. He got $1.1 million. Only thing he had to do was speak twice. But that's $1 million going to someone to speak in his home state. That's how much he cared about your home state. And he got and they called it welfare fraud. So anything that's done by a nonprofit organization, any grants that are given to 501Cs, any grants, any things like that. So when we got certain people sitting up on these YouTube spaces talking about, you got to go get an education, and my organization, Alpha Kappa Lambda Nu Phi of the Derelicts Incorporated, does X, Y, and Z, and yada, 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 yada. And they have a nonprofit organization. They getting grants from the government, but they telling you that you need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Them very grants come out of taxpayers' money, and those grants are considered welfare too. Isn't that the trick bag? But I digress. Just wanted to show you that dereliction has no race, color, sex, or creed, or toaster oven. No one is below being a derelict. So let's move on to our next point, right? We almost at the top of the hour. We're going to have a little fun praise break, a joke here, right? Now, we're going to talk about another fraud case. We'll talk about Ponzi schemes. Ponzi schemes. If you've noticed, lately that a lot of our brethren or sisterin have been implicated, or minorities have been implicated in a lot of these Ponzi schemes. Even though the whole word Ponzi scheme actually comes from about, I think, an Italian guy, right? So we're going to talk about Texas radio host gets 3 life sentences for scamming millions from the elderly listeners. This is the guy in question. This is him right here. Look at his face. Hope you see his face once again. Hope you see his face once again. Let's put up Queen of the South, what she says from the last one. Mississippi, it's the best not to live. It's best not to live there. Neek, boom. Simply Neek, our economic level. Joe W agrees with Queen of the South. So Cerulli was right again when he was teaching people that grants like tax breaks, subsidies, H-1Bs, H-21s, and immigration were all just different forms of welfare. Say it ain't so. Of course, man. You know I'm gonna go find these this empirical evidence and data. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're petty, but we're not stupid, and we're not liars either. Because that would be being the derelict. Now, this is the new one up here. We're going to talk about this Texas radio host gets 3 life sentences on his Ponzi scheme. I just lost 3 people watching. They must be from Mississippi. Hey, make sure y'all smash the like button, support the stream while you at it. Dislike it if you want to. If you don't like what I'm saying or if you want to push back on it, you're free to do so. You can watch the after stream, make some comments in the chat, or you can go have your own channel and you can talk about it on there. It's all cool because after I do this content, I move on. You know, right? So now we're going to talk about this guy right here. Okay. Fort Worth, Texas, a Texas radio host was sentenced to 3 life prison sentences Monday for a Ponzi scheme in which he bilked elderly listeners out of millions of dollars. William Nell Doc Gollinger also got a 30-year prison sentence from the state district judge Elizabeth Beach for his August guilty pleas. The sentences are to be served concurrently. The sentence came after more than a dozen senior victims testified during a 3-hour court hearing about losing anywhere from $50,000 to $600,000 investments in the Gallagher Financial Group. Some said they had to sell their homes, borrow money from their children, or take part-time jobs to supplement their Social Security benefits. Doc Gallagher is one of the worst offenders I've ever seen, said Lori Varnell, chief of the Tarrant County District Attorney's Elderly Financial Fraud Team. So that means they have a lot of elderly people that probably got a lot of money in that county in Texas. So if they got a county district attorney's elderly financial fraud team. So there's a lot of elderly people getting frauded out of their money, out of their inheritance, right? Well, out of their wealth that they need to pass down. And I'm pretty sure these elderly people didn't band together. It was their kids like, yo, where's the money, Ma? Where's the money, Pa? Like, where the money? So now listen to this. This is very important. And this is where the community needs to stand up and hold these derelicts accountable for their action. Gollinger, 80, and his Gollinger Financial Group advertised on Christian radio with the tagline, "See you in church on Sunday." He promoted his investment business in books such as Jesus Christ, Money Master, and on Christian radio broadcasts. Gallagher has been behind bars since March 2019. Arrest on similar charges filed in Dallas County. In 2020, he pleaded guilty to those charges and was sentenced to 25 years in prison. He was indicted in Tarrant County in August 2019. He ruthlessly stole from his clients who trusted him for almost a decade. Woo! He amassed 32 million in loss to all of his clients and exploited many elderly individuals. He worked his way around churches, preying on people who believed he was a Christian. Varnell said in a statement. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Look at that right there. Charles Ponzi. Thank you, Callie J. Charles Ponzi. Look at this right here. Nick, it wasn't there. Sweet white baby Jesus need to do it. Look at this right here. This right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you. Hey, these Ponzi schemes, man. These Ponzi schemes. They're not playing, especially in this economy right now. They're not playing. Ain't nobody riding. You know what I'm saying? That dude's gonna die in jail. He gonna die in jail. You gonna be in jail, you're gonna die. He's like, he gonna die in jail. Thief. Look at this thief. Did you say he falsely billed people like with obsidian sins with $10 invoices for his PayPal account with no services rented? Didn't really say that was called fraud? Hey, man. So, hey, what's the words? It's only called a scam if you get the money, right? Hey, it's only called scam when you get the money. I was told by a YouTuber it's only called a scam when you actually get the money. Even sis, what's going on, sis? How you doing? Well, before we get to our next part of what we're going to talk about here, we're gonna have a conversation with somebody, and we're gonna take a little break, but the break is going to be entertaining, and this actually leads into this right here. So I'm gonna let this man hit it for you.
China, you need 16 points to win.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you the same 5 questions you
Hold
cannot
on.
do. Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh, no.
Spirit,
Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. 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 Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh,
Spirit,
yeah. Oh, no.
activate. Holy
iMarkkeyz,
Spirit,
baby.
Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. 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 Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. 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 Activate.
Hold up.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. 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 All right, let's go.
Hope y'all enjoyed that. Hope y'all enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? Just wanted to give y'all a little, you know what I mean, from the King Louis of Petty, you know what I'm saying, from the Palace of Petty, you know what I'm saying? So hope y'all enjoyed that. Now tomorrow we're gonna do some announcements right here. Not tomorrow. God, Friday we got Char Willie. Char, if you're available, go ahead and throw that in the chat for us. It's going to be, or any of the mods, Char is going to be going live Central Standard Time on her channel. Just ask Char. Her with her wonderful co-host, Classic Ruby, and Sis Vaughn, and they're going to be talking about all types of wonderful. It's an open panel. But make sure you get there early. It's always entertaining. You know what I mean? Make sure you get there early. We're twerking in the chat with the rest of our people that's there and having a good time. Also, with that being said, and then there's article reactions on Saturdays. Always love those, especially the current section. Love the current section. It's a great time to learn some things and go over some articles and stuff like that. It's a great time. So Friday, Just Ask Shar Vice channel. She brings up a topic. It's an open panel discussion. Get there early so you understand what they're talking about. You got about 2.5 hours because Shar don't play that. Because if you come late, you're going to have to wait until next week. And even if you're talking, she'll cut the stream off because in 2 hours and 30 minutes, it's over. It's over. Man, hold on. What is it? Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on. Breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on. Queen of South says, speaking of the Holy Spirit activating the y'all, hear about the Virginia mega pastor who stepped down after being busted in a sex trafficking operation for eliciting sex with a minor. She was 17. Lord. Look at that. Look at that. So we're going to talk about something. This was brought to you. Okay, hold on. Let me see before I get on that. There we go. Sister Vonda dropped the YouTube channel in the description. So if you want to join, go ahead, click that, hit the bell notification. That'll be happening Friday. We got the brother Sir Obadiah also. He's going to be doing his Thursday Thrills. So he's going to be doing that tomorrow. So if you want to come through, check out the Villain Sphere. You know what I'm saying? The Palace of Petty and all that is in the realm of the Castle of Grayskull. All hail the Castle of Grayskull and the Palace of Petty. And everything like that. So this was brought to my attention by our sister Neek. She brought this up by our sister Neek, and she was talking about this. This happened actually in September. This is coming to you. Now people are saying this is why you don't get Apple products, but if Apple do it, monkey see, monkey do. Android's going to do it too. Okay? So we're going to talk about this real quick like. Apple announces first state sign up to adopt driver's licenses and state IDs in Apple Wallet. Arizona, Connecticut, Georgia, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma, and Utah are among the first states to bring state IDs and driver's licenses in the wallet to their residents. I'm from the state of Maryland, so you gotta look at this. Arizona, that's Republican, Connecticut, Democrat, Georgia, Democrat, Republican, might as well say Republican. Iowa, Republican. Kentucky, we know it's Republican. Maryland is Democrat with a Republican governor. Oklahoma is Republican. We know Utah is Republican. All right, cool. So Apple today announced that it is working with several states across the country, which will roll out the ability for their residents to seamlessly and securely add their driver's license or state ID to the wallet on their iPhone and Apple Watch. Arizona, Georgia will be the first states to introduce this new innovation to their residents, with the Connecticut, Iowa, Kentucky, Maryland, Oklahoma, and Utah to follow. The Transportation Security Administration, TSA, will enable select airport security checkpoints and lanes in participating airports as the first location customers can use their driver's license or state ID in wallet. Built with privacy at the forefront, Wallet provides a more secure and convenient way for customers to present their driver's licenses and state IDs on iPhone or Apple Watch. Skynet is watching. The addition of the driver's license and the state IDs to the Apple Wallet is an important step in our vision of replacing the physical wallet with secure and easy to use mobile wallet, said Jennifer Bailey, Apple's vice president of Apple Pay and Apple Wallet. We are excited that the TSA and so many states are already on board to help bring this life for travelers across the country using only their phone app and Apple Watch. We are already in discussions with many more states as we're working to offer this nationwide in the future. Now check this out, right? So say you got a warrant. You don't know you got a warrant, but your phone knows you got a warrant. So is the phone going to tell you that you got a warrant? Is the phone going to tell you that you got a warrant? Like, try to hide from the police with your phone in your pocket if you want to. Like, so they need like license and registration. You just give them your phone. But once you give them your phone, they got access to your phone. They can look at your phone, right? Okay, just checking. Just checking. Just checking. Just letting you know, Skynet is watching. Skynet is watching. All right? I'm going to put this in the chat. Our sister Neat brought this up to our attention. This was September 1st, 2021. So this is really pretty much already gone into effect. They're working with this behind the scenes. And this is Apple.com newsroom. So this is on their website. So they ain't like they trying to hide it. It's just that you probably didn't know about it. I didn't know about it either. So you're not the only one. So I'm not going to sit up here and say I'm all knowing. I am the all-knowing and powerful Oz. Like, nah, it's like, nah. I didn't know. That's why you got friends, and you have friends to put you on game. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Welcome. Got him hugging. Goten Huggins. Welcome. Welcome to the chat. You know what I'm saying? Welcome to the chat. All right. So moving right along, we're going to move to our key thing for today, right? And the key thing for today is we have Abin Preach. And you know me, I'm a stickler for self-accountability and with a topping of pettiness. So this is Abin Preach's channel. I'm playing it. I'm going to play it a little bit, and we're going to do some type of commentary. Now I'm gonna have to put my headphones on as I do this. Don't laugh at my headphones. I don't trust them earbuds. I got small, like little, forgot what you call that. I got small like things, they fall out of my head all the time. So I'm old school. I put these things on. They might not look sexy, but they work. So I just don't even trip. You know what I'm saying? Don't even trip. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Just said Vaughn said you should do a live stream about social currency, NFTs, fungible tokens. You know what? I'm gonna do some research on that, Sister Vaughn, and we're gonna have a deep discussion about that. Promise you. We're gonna do that. That's gonna be the next stream. We're gonna talk about social currency. We're gonna bring that up. We're gonna bring that to the forefront.
Medellin. I love the city. I love the country. I love the people. I love.
So this is Abin Preach. Now the whole thing about this is the dude got robbed. The dude got robbed in Colombia. I said it. He got robbed in Colombia, right? So let's just play it. Let me know if you guys can hear it.
Yeah.
What thing?
Dude talk about, I can tell you what happened in Colombia. I can only imagine gringo. Okay.
The culture. I love the music. I love the food. I love everything about it. I could live here. It's a great, great country. I have nothing bad to say about Colombia. Now here's my story. On Saturday night, I went out with a friend who I met here who's from New York. We were wandering around kind of like the nightlife area of this neighborhood.
Why, bitch? Why? We were wandering around. Looked like a whole cartel meal. What are you
Snack.
doing? A whole snack.
Now I'm gonna step in here I'm gonna do a little commentary myself. Now, do you see this brother Preach here? This is Preach. This is Abba. If you don't know who Abba is, Abba Preach, check him out. You know what I'm saying? Preach is Haitian. I'm half Haitian. You know, Abba, he's from I think Ethiopia or something. So they both already knew where the story was going before it went wherever it went. But let's continue. I digress. Let's continue. Let's go. Just let
A whole cartel 3-course meal. Oh, look at here, Johnny. What is this? This is nice. What are you doing, bro?
Let's find out what happened.
And we came to a club. It was me, him, and his friend. So we go into this club, and they're playing great salsa music.
I can already tell by the way he said salsa But he probably doesn't speak any Spanish.
No. Let's go get some tacos. Let's go get some tacos, papa. Let's go get some tacos, cabron.
There's
Let's
some
go.
dead giveaways.
It's salsa, okay?
We decided to go upstairs. Now, upstairs was more like a rooftop bar with reggaeton.
Reggaeton.
Yeah. Reggaeton.
Reggaeton, mojito.
Now, Medellin is
Why is the Haitian correcting the guy that looks more Latinos Spanish? Well, if you didn't know, Haitians mainly speak English, French, and Spanish also. I grew up in Haiti. But why is the Haitian correcting the guy that looks Latinos Spanish? Let's continue.
the capital of reggaeton music. So if you're here, you have to learn to like reggaeton. Before I came to Medellin, I didn't like reggaeton. Now I like reggaeton. I can dance to reggaeton. It's great. I like it. No problem.
He's talking about
I've
it like
never
he's
seen a 25-year-old boomer in my life. He talks like, I've never really liked reggaeton, but I'm here now and I've learned to like it, and I can dance to it, so I like reggaeton.
He really talks like he's talking about his coworker Jared.
All right.
I don't like black guys, but Jared, he's a cool dude.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you what he really meant. They're being PC about it. I learned to like reggaeton because the women like reggaeton, and I was not getting I wasn't getting no cat unless I learned to like this reggaeton. Women, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna look straight in the camera. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull myself all the way up here so y'all can see me. I'm gonna look straight into the camera. Women, men will do the dumbest shit for some pussy. I'm looking, look at me. Vonda, go ahead and clutch your pearls, throw them at me, get the switch. Men will do the dumbest shit to get some pussy. Now, if they already getting pussy, they'll show up on the live stream without a shirt. Just saying. Just saying. Let's go back. Let's go back.
1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Oh, all right. I messed up on the back step. Sorry, Maria.
That laugh.
So we go upstairs and we're dancing and we're drinking and we're having fun and we're laughing and we meet this guy and these two Colombian girls.
Trap! That's trap.
There's so many red flags.
Nigga,
So many red flags.
nigga.
How many more of these videos that I got robbed in Colombia do you think we need to make?
Nigga.
Let's just go.
This is a trap.
They looked like they were having a great time. We all started having a great time together. We were talking, we were laughing, sharing stories, dancing, really just enjoying our Saturday night. Yeah. So we got to know each other. 2 o'clock, of course, the music stopped and the bar shut down.
Everybody to the exit. Every gringos that got a girl, go to the other exit and get robbed. Okay? Papas, wait for them outside to empty their pockets.
But y'all, we're not getting to know each other. They were just sizing you up. How easy is this going to be? That's it.
So, the guy from Great Britain said, I don't want to stop having fun. It's still early. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock is late on a Saturday night. 2 o'clock's not that late. So let's go back to his apartment. That's what he said, his apartment. And let's keep dancing. Let's keep listening to music. Let's keep drinking. No problem.
Ain't nobody going to nobody's apartment to keep dancing and keep drinking. The only dancing that need to be done in a horizontal style. We need to be making the shapes of L's. If you get what I'm saying. But he about to take an L. Let's continue. Let's continue. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue, shall we?
I said, okay, let's go.
How much you want to bet there was some sexual innuendos involved with those ladies? Ain't nobody trying to go back to the crib and dance with 2 other dudes.
Who says salsa and reggaeton?
Come on.
So these 2 girls from Colombia and this guy and me go back to his apartment. We start playing bachata music and salsa music, and we're dancing in the apartment. Bachata.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Listen, ladies. Listen. This guy's been talking for a while now, and we still talking about the type of music that was being played. Obviously, this shit could have been over with 5 minutes ago if he would have just got to the part where he got the girls, he went to the spot, and they got robbed. But he had his man's house. So then they talking about the bachata music and the reggaeton music, because that's probably the only thing he remembered next. That was probably the last things he remembered. Let's continue. What's going on, Gino? What's cracking with you, man? What's cracking with you? I'm in my petty bag today, Gino. All right, let's continue. Sorry about that. Let's go.
I can't do it.
Listen, you know what? Maybe it's because I grew up ugly, okay? Maybe it's because of that. I'm just suspicious of women who come on to me fast or are very down. A girl want to do a one-night stay with me from the club. Don't get me wrong, I have done in the past, but I've always been suspicious if they're too down. I didn't have to work for it. I'm too ugly for that nigga. There's no way.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yo, this is game. Preach. Abba's telling you something. If you're that ugly and a woman comes up onto you, something wrong. Something wrong. This is the best game you could ever get for free. But let's continue. I don't think y'all got what he was saying. Look at it. Look at it. Let's play
Not
it
a
again.
7 or an 8 out of 10 just trying to come back to my place with me. You understand what I'm saying?
I agree.
Right?
1,000%.
Right. So
I'm like, who sent you?
Because women have tried. They have tried to come home fast. And I'm like,
Who sent you?
you trying to pull something. Right? And I think that's why I've never had to deal with getting robbed or getting drugged or any of this nonsense that people do with all the time. I'm too suspicious. So for this man to just be like, let's go back to, I could never. Not with a woman I just met, especially not with a local.
No.
Especially not with a local from there.
This a prank.
From the struggle.
This is a prank. I got that. This is PTSD from my childhood.
Thank God.
Where every girl that came on to me was like, "I think you're cute." Really? No, you're disgusting. And you know, like you like
Suspicious.
it was a prank. So I became
Suspicious.
Yo, no.
He said, especially a woman from the struggle. Let's read some of these comments before we continue. He got played like reggaeton 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stepper, dance with the dirty foot and get robbed by the heifer. I'm done with Cerulli. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God. The fortress of petty, man. All right, let me continue, man. Let's continue.
Who sent you?
This video is brought to you by manscaped.com.
A lot of you guys ask me what my skincare routine is. Simple. I drink water.
All right, we're going to skip this. All right, we're going to get back to do it.
20 and get 20% off. Yeah, I'm going to preach 20.
And we're drinking, we have beers, and then one of the girls offers me a whiskey and a Coca-Cola. The next thing I remember is waking up at 10 o'clock the next morning. My cell phone, I had 2 cell phones, one Colombian number and one American number. My cell phones were gone, my credit card that I had on me was gone, and my cash was gone. What else was missing was the girls. The girls were gone, okay? They were professional thieves.
They weren't professional thieves.
They were just...
You were a professional sucker, okay? That's what happened. There were so many red flags in this whole story. It's like at some point, and look, when alcohol becomes involved, it really does impair people's judgment. But I have to ask, you go to a country where I assume you don't speak the language. Maybe he does, but I assume he doesn't, okay? You go to a country that you're not the most...
Hold on, Queen. So come on now. Come on now. You know, listen, man, you got to make some money, right? You say, look, I'm on this camera all day. You're watching me. I got 1 million people watching me. Shout out to the CIAs and the FBIs. One love. Oh my God, man, this shit is fucking funny. All right, but I'm gonna continue, man. I'm gonna continue. Queen itself always gotta be cracking the fuck up. No, I'm just saying, he just trying to make his money, Queen. Like, you know how it is. Hey, you know what I'm saying? See, they do pre-record, so they can't tell people to hit the cash apps. You know what I'm saying? Hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the motherfucking link. Hit the goddamn motherfucking link.
Turner!
You better support your interests and fuel that battery.
Turner!
Hey, man, I got to get my Bitcoin going next. All right, let's go.
Familiar with, which already has... This is not like this happened in downtown London.
In Brampton.
Okay? Yeah, okay? This didn't happen in the 6th.
In fucking Brampton.
Okay? It happened in a country where this is common. And you at no point is like, brother, if you can't make those kind of decisions, why are you drinking in these countries?
I'm just saying. I've never been to Medellin.
No.
How did you not know?
Yeah.
How?
The moment a woman runs up on me and she's saying, papi, papi, all this. No. It's sus. How you running up on me in the street looking all interested? I'm at a club chilling. These girls just coming on super strong. That's sus. What are you really here for? Because I ain't that nigga. So you must be here for my money.
I ain't that guy.
Come on, man.
If you come to Medellin, if you come to Colombia, be careful. Be careful. These girls were professional thieves. They drugged us with, I guess, with the whiskey and the coke.
That's why they don't tell you to not take drinks from strangers. Why? Why do you think?
Oh, God.
This motherfucker got Cardi B.
I had to find my iPhone app. So I looked at the map to find my iPhone. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm telling the police officers, let's go to this neighborhood because I know where my cell phones are. They say, no, we have to do this process. We have to check the video cameras. I say, okay. I take the guy from the UK. I take the British guy. I say, let's go to this neighborhood. We go to the neighborhood. We're in the middle of nowhere. We're just following my iPad, which was gonna die.
Tracking.
Yeah, find my phone.
This is so unbelievably stupid. I don't know what to tell you. What if these people that you're following are linked to a bigger crime group and you're going in there as two fucking gringos about to run into a crime den?
And the police was like, oh, no, we're not doing this.
Why do you think they were not doing it?
It's not stupid. They're from there. Hey, Eduardo, dame el papel. Sí, gracias. You fill this, cabrón. You fill this. No, I'm not going to get your phone. No.
Those two girls that followed you, they came with a guy. What do you think?
Jesus fucking Christ.
You think they're just doing this free willy-nilly? No, a lot of them get pimped. They get pimped into doing this stuff. And you know what pimps do? They traditionally run with other criminals.
It was at 3%. I had some address trying to find my cell phone. I wrote down the address eventually, and I was asking everybody in the town, where is this address? Do you know these two girls? Have you seen these two girls? Have you seen my phones? Can I get my phone back? Nobody knew. We told them the story. They felt bad for us. We left empty-handed. We didn't find the credit card or the cell phone or anything like that. Basically, my story here is saying, if you come to Colombia, be careful. If you rent an Airbnb or an apartment, or if you have a hotel and you decide to meet some friends or some locals or anything, and you bring them back with you, they have to leave their identification number at reception or with a guard. These two girls didn't do that. Why? I don't know. I think they know the process. They were really professional thieves, let me tell you.
Or they just got people.
You just pay the person at the reception a good $20-$40 and you slip right through. Money will oil all the wheels, let me tell you. Listen, bunch of red flags, already terrible. For this man to run up in that neighborhood, he's lucky he's still alive.
You know what the worst part is? Yo, I don't even understand how I got that shit that quick. Listen, I'm not even that smart. I'm not, but that shit is common. I'm not a genius. That shit is common fucking sense. Bruh.
Yeah, brother, you bugging. You bugging. Listen, anybody who's watching this, traveling is fine. You can go to these countries and you could be safe. You just have to be intelligent about how you move. Don't go to bars you probably don't know or places you don't know and get really drunk. 1, 2, do not accept drinks from strangers, whether it's here or over there, okay? Unless you see it being made in front of you. Don't ever, if you're even at a bar here, people get roofied all the time. Do not accept people's drinks. And 3, be careful about how much you carry or how much you take with you when you go out. 2 phones, not the surrounds thing.
I got 2 phones. Why you got your American phone with? Bro, store that shit away.
Have a burner. You know what I mean? Have a bucket. Have a bucket phone.
What you mean a bucket phone?
A bucket phone is something you take out when you go out, like a phone you were fine with losing.
I know.
Yeah.
I got a bucket phone right here.
Exactly. That looks like a bucket too.
Yeah, that shit cracked
It's
up.
got stains and shit.
It's
Yeah.
cracked up and shit.
But you know what? If you know you're going out now, you're getting wasted, be smart about it. As far as IDs, don't carry your passport with you. I know stupid people who don't bring other alternate IDs. They lose their passport, they're stranded. Costing them thousands of bucks trying to get shit sorted. Don't do that.
Bring a photocopy of your passport.
And if you're bringing a girl home in a country like that, make sure you vet her. Don't be rolling. But listen, people
How
gambling
can
with
you
their lives.
vet a motherfucker?
Well, you could actually go out with them a few times. That's one way, because that's a lot of time investment for something that may not happen.
Yeah.
2, maybe don't bring them back to your place. Rent a small room somewhere else and smash them there.
Yeah.
You don't have to bring them to your home.
Yeah.
And also, if you meet her at the club, social media searches don't hurt. If I met a girl online, you best believe I'm asking for her socials. Make sure everything's kosher, that she's legal, that there's no nonsense. There's a lot of things people can do to protect themselves. And also, watch how people approach you. That's going to be the biggest indication. They don't have that much time to waste. They're trying to get the money in and out quick. They coming on super strong. That should raise your alarm bells. If someone comes up to you and be like, hey man, I have a great way for you to make some money. Pyramid scheme, anybody?
ACN, America.
Right? So anyways, just be smart about it when you guys travel. Don't be this guy.
Herbalife.
Because, fortunately for him, it only resulted in a few phones being lost. It can end up way worse. It can end up way worse. So we've already posted stories about
you went out to get his phone?
way worse.
That shit is done, bro.
Rough. You can't be doing that. But anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. We want to hear from you.
So, what do y'all guys think about that? I know third world, you know what I'm saying? The whole point of this wasn't to actually drop down on people from Colombia, for people from third world countries. What the thing is to actually bring awareness to these ignorant ass D-cells in these spaces and these trims and these passport bros that are telling these brothers out here that you know what I'm saying, that are traveling like they're traveling, to be out here reckless. So I like to every so often bring up things that don't do and act like, you know what I mean, just because you in another country and you went from being like a multi, you know what I'm saying, like you went and you jumped up to like a 6-figure nigga because of the currency exchange. You don't get 6-figure nigga privileges. This is a white dude, or what he looked like to be white or whatever, right? Him and a UK guy got robbed in their place. their Airbnb. They got robbed in their place in their Airbnb. Usually happen when the chick take you back and you go into a place that they know, and then it's a whole setup. But they robbed them in their place. So Nick was saying, why does he call, like, who calls it a bucket? I think I gotta ask Ruby. I think that's some Canadian lingo because they're in Canada. So I think that's some Canadian lingo. But yeah, I understand Third Ward. Columbia is actually a beautiful place, has beautiful people. You just have to be careful on how you move out there as a tourist and make sure you know some good people out there. This is facts. This is any place you go. I'm like, shit, nigga, shit. You can't, I think Japan is like the only place where you can actually go and just be reckless. Like what it means with your safety, you ain't got to worry about nothing being safe and stuff like that. But every other place I ever went to, yeah, you better, man, treat that. Look, I treat every place like Baltimore City. Every place in the world is like Baltimore City. Let's read these comments. Tried to go back to get all of his stuff, told the police, but they called him a buster. He back alone because he couldn't get this. He never occurred to him that he was just a sucker. Shaba. Most average middle class people here in America could live a high life in Colombia. The American dollar stretches farther. Yeah, like most South American countries, it does. Passport Bro Chronicles. Facts. Reggaeton. Should have paid the 40 and dipped. Should have paid exactly. He should have just went ahead. See, what happened was they was messing with some hoes and they didn't realize they was messing with some hoes. They should have went ahead and just paid the hoes and got it over with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and this is what we call, hey man, this is called capitalistic hoeing, man. See, this is the problem. Can't be going over there and hoes ain't regulated. You know what I'm saying? We need government regulation. The articles of prostitution need to be brought forth to the table. I think y'all niggas will come together. I think y'all yourselves will come together and y'all trims will come together and bring forth legislation to protect yourselves as you go overseas and trick off with Wilma Flintstone. You know what I'm saying? All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Exactly, man. Yeah, exactly, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got family down there, so you going back to your roots and you doing you're doing some travel. You're doing some what we call it grown folks traveling. And listen, I'm not anti-traveling. I want you to travel. I just want you to travel responsibly and get back in one piece. Because there's nothing like you working overtime at Amazon to end up in a goddamn sitting up there having a coconut crab pick at your remains on the beach somewhere in Santo Domingo. These are facts. Colombia. This nigga here, man. It's fucking y'all tripping. So anyway, man. With that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed today's show, man. Respect to everybody. Yo, how many likes we got on the stream so I can bless everybody and give them just due for the likes. Appreciate y'all for coming through. I know this is weird. This is actually a show. I didn't like ask you or yell at you about supporting your interests, and there's no battery over here or nothing. Or nothing like that. But what I would ask you to do, if you could, is hit the like button, comment, share it. I want to at least get up to 500 subs. My goal is 500 subs before the end of the month. End of the month. I want to get up to 500 subs by the end of the month. And so I can have a community tab, so I can ask y'all questions and what y'all want me to touch on, so we can get us some deep dive and bring some comedy to this stuff. We all comedy. It's all comedy. But the sister Vonda, hold on, let me see. Vonda asked about social credit. She was talking about that social credit. Hold on, let me go back. If I can go back and I can pull up what Sister Vonda asked about for us to talk about next time we go live with the show. So let me see if I can find it. She brought it up. I had it up on the screen, but she brought it up. If I can find it. I can't go back that far. Man, y'all was really twerking in the chat. Okay, so it was so anyway, so we're going to talk about social credit. I'm going to bring up some more things. And what I probably like to do is when I do these, the end part of it is going to be something. I'm going to try to, because I live overseas. I don't live in the U.S. So I'm going to try to bring some misnomers or try to debunk some things that many of us think that goes on. There was one article that I do have in the description that I didn't cover. I'll put that article down here in the chat. Right now, you can go read it for your own leisure. It's in the description. I didn't cover it on the stream, but a brief summary is 34,000 people right now are quarantined in Disneyland in Shanghai because of a Rona outbreak. Okay, so protect yourself. It's not over. Hopefully, we get through this winter. The world will go back to some type of normalcy, but then we're going to have to deal with the fallout with that. Also, I appreciate every last one of you. You know, from the Palace of Petty, you know what I'm saying? King Louis the 17th of Petty, from the Palace of Petty and from the great line of their pettiness, Petty Officer 8th Class himself. Thank you for stopping by. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for stopping by. Hold on one second. Let's get us real petty in here in these streets.
Skeletor.
So we like to thank you. So I could be a little bit petty there. So how many likes did we get on the stream so I can bless our wonderful people? Can we so I can bless our wonderful audience for actually supporting their interests. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for coming through. Appreciate every last one of you guys. You know, without you, I wouldn't be able to. Well, I'll probably do it, but since you're here, I'm not talking to myself, right? See how that goes. So we'd like to give a shout out to Sir Obadiah, Gray Regime, Hiatus Black, Third World Columbia. Salute to you, fam. Simply Neat, Seek Squirrel in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hahoo, you know, with the owls, Hotep for life. We got 16 on it. Got 16 on the love. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? We got Azula Beluga there. We got Queen of the South was in here. You're dropping all kinds of knowledge and facts. Callie Jane, you know what I'm saying? And everybody in the chat here. So let me give y'all 16. Let's do it real quick.
Turner! 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 Turner!
You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all. And thank you all for looking out for your boy. Do my jig. Do my jig for you. Do my jig. Do my jig. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So appreciate y'all. Appreciate every last one of y'all for coming through, saying what's up. Please have a lovely rest of the week. It is hump day. Hump. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You can get through the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? You can get through the rest of the week, man. Appreciate every last one of y'all. Y'all have a good week. Don't let the rest of the weekend get to you. Let the spirit of pettiness touch you and yours. If you're just messing with someone, that's not petty. But if you're retaliating, now that's petty. The world will not. No one will beg you to be great, but the world will hold you accountable. This is Dre signing off from the palace, the grand palace of pettiness. King Louis, his royal pettiness, the 17th. Y'all have a lovely evening.
I never think never know. I'm stuck and left alone. I've been lost, I've been fine. My cause is not defined. Won't you kiss me? Won't you play? Won't you drive me? Ain't no way I could deny you, I could strive.